What's up? Welcome back. We're going to try something new here on my channel because I'm a blind film critic. So, one of the things I appreciate the most is audio description. And one of the things I appreciate about audio description are the narrators. So, while you could literally do this yourself, many people may not. So, there's a website, it's called the ADNA.org, the ADNA, in case you could not figure out what ADNA was. Audio description. I want to say it's Audio Description Narrator Alliance, but Roy's probably going to tell me I'm wrong. .org, because narrator definitely doesn't make sense because it has like all of the talent that have worked in audio description. Uh, so um, it's a website that is basically like IMDb uh, for audio description performers. So in today's video, I plan on doing more of these. I wanted to start off with a narrator that I love. I enjoy his work, Mr. Jedediah Barton. And so I actually did a little bit of research because I wanted to know. I mean, I could have just asked him, but I wanted to know a little bit about him. I'd rather just do an interview with him later on, but a little bit about like, is there anything out there on Jedediah? And I used some of that generative AI stuff for research purposes, just because it's better at searching. You know, Google gives you like 100 pages of search results. If you ask ChatGPT, it's like, oh yeah, well I searched God, and God told me that. So yeah, basically there's nothing else out there. He's mentioned on like one Wikipedia page, because as being part of like the project, something like Star Trekky or Star Warsy or something. IMDb has him credited on things like Prince of Egypt. So IMDb used to have audio description narrator credits. They kind of stopped doing that, although some people are still able to get credited. And because IMDb kind of started removing credits from audio description performers and other AD professionals, they started the ADNA so that they could keep an eye, like a reference of these people, because one of the great ways of keeping humans in audio description is to remind people who the humans are in audio description, sort of putting a name to a face. You know, like, even though you don't know, I'm blind, I don't know what these people look like, but even though we don't know what they look like, we can associate them the same way we do actors. You know, they're actors working, I don't really know what they look like. I mean, I kind of do through audio description, but I don't actually know, because they came up in a time since my blindness. For example, who's somebody who's hot and new this year? Let's On Navarrete. While yes, On did some things before Obsession, as people are starting to find out when they go down her resume. Um, I would never be able to describe her to anybody, like as a human being. So the only description I get for her are through audio description tracks, but not specifically of her. There's some talent and stuff I know what they look like because they predate my blindness. She does not. So I also don't know who these AD performers are. So it's kind of like the same thing. So today we're going to explore the credits of Jedediah Barton and talk about them. And I'm going to break down. I thought about doing just a top 10 list, but then I was like, oh my God, this guy's done a lot of credits. So let's go down the list of the ADNA. I'm using a screen reader, so you're just going to hear the screen reader, and I'm going to read it back to you because that's how we function in the blind community. That's how you really know. If you're like, is this guy really blind? It's like, yeah, well, he uses blind technology to read. So probably he's got to be at least visually impaired. So coming up, he's the AD performer for Coda, the Best Picture winner that was on Apple. I liked that movie, and I think one of the things that stood out to me about Coda was really the fact, first of all, that if it wasn't for Jedediah, the entire Troy Kotser's entire performance is lost on you. Like the Academy Award winning performance of Troy Kotzer, because he never speaks. He never utters a sound in the whole thing. Arguably Marley Matlin as well. But Troy did go on to win an Oscar in that entire scene where he is trying to appreciate his daughter's singing voice, which is like one of the most touching moments in the movie, is fully just because of audio description for blind people. So without that and without landing in the right way, just Coda falls flat, and we have no idea why Troy Kotsur matters to people. So without the superb audio description on Coda by Jedediah Barton, then we don't know. That was probably Pixelogic, could have been Deluxe, I don't know. I don't have companies here, and this is just giving me all of his credits, but it is an Apple film, and Apple works a lot with Pixelogic, so wouldn't surprise me, although they do also occasionally use other studios. So, next up,
Greyhound.
he also did the audio description for Greyhound, the Tom Hanks war movie that I don't remember very well, but I've seen once, but has trended really well. It's always like high ranking on Apple's list of films, like because they don't have a film constantly like every single week like Netflix does. Some of their older titles pop, and Greyhound always seems to be doing quite well for itself on that list. So
From the Earth to the Moon, HBO Max.
From the Earth to the Moon, which is on HBO Max, which actually is a show that I caught back up on. Now, I'm not going to say I remember the audio description for it, but I do remember that this was like a pandemic thing for me. Somewhere during the pandemic, before I was reviewing things again, I jumped into From the Earth to the Moon because I'd never seen it before, and it was on, I guess it was on HBO Max, so I checked it out that way.
Gamora, HBO Max.
Gamora, I've never seen it, so I can't comment. But if you have heard the track to Gamora, great.
Remember the Titans movie.
Remember the Titans. I love this movie, and I have seen this movie recently. I don't remember the audio description. This is where me having seen the movie cited a bunch of times, and then also with audio description, kind of it's like then I judge the audio description because I'm like, well, I've seen this, so do I feel like it's landing? I don't remember having anything negative to say about Remember the Titans, so there you go.
SAS, Rise of the Black Swan.
SAS, Rise of the Black Swan. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea. So there's a title everybody can check out. Something called SAS, Rise of the Black Swan.
Knives Out.
Knives Out. The first of that trilogy. I thought that was a really excellent movie. Rian Johnson, the beginning of Daniel Craig's Blanc series.
Made. Knives Out. Made.
Nate? Okay. There's a film called Nate.
Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End movie.
Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Yeah, I know. Like Jedediah has done a lot of these big budget sort of Disney and Marvel movies, so that makes sense. I don't love the Pirates sequels, so I don't rewatch them unless I have to at some point, which I probably will because they're making a new Pirates movie. So at some point, I will probably end up watching the entire Pirates franchise again. I like the first one. The sequels are all kind of hit and miss for me at that point.
The Courier.
The Courier, I know what this is, I just haven't seen it. I have to admit I haven't seen The Courier. I do know that it exists. It wasn't like Nate where I was like, Nate? There's a film called Nate.
The Little Thing movie.
The Little Thing. I wonder if this is The Little Things. Because I don't know of a movie called The Little Thing, but I do know of The Little Things, which was the Denzel Washington, Jared Leto, Rami Malek movie.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This had some pretty good audio description to it because it had it had a lot of what do I want to say, like the time passing, jumping through these different action set pieces. There was quite a bit in Indiana Jones, and I think Jedediah brought the right amount to that role.
Gamora, HBO on the Cat G.A. From the Earth to the Moon, Greyhound. From the Earth, Gamora, Remember the SAS, Knives Out, Made. Pirates of the Caribbean, at World's End, Made. Knives, Made. Catman, A.I.D.
Oh no, it's Made, not Nate. He did the Netflix limited series Made.
Pirates of the Caribbean,
okay,
at World's End,
I guess. Unless there's something else called Made, which is totally possible.
The Courier. The Little Thing, Indiana Jones and the Family Plan, Apple Plus.
The Family Plan on Apple Plus, which I can't recommend, I'm sorry. Even though I like Jedediah, that movie's hot garbage. Hot garbage.
Merry Little Batman, Amazon.
Merry Little Batman, I love this movie. It's the Christmas movie featuring the character that they went on to put in Batfam. I don't love the series as much, but this cute little Christmas thing is so welcome with Damian Wayne, and I do remember liking the audio description to this too. This was like a pleasant surprise for me the year in which it came out, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. So glad that was Jedediah.
Monarch, Apple Plus.
He's been doing Monarch, Legacy of Monsters for Apple Plus, so that wonderful, big budget, high visual effects audio description. That's Jedediah. He's been doing a great job on Monarch this whole time. So there's a lot to describe there. It's pretty much a very VFX heavy show, and there's something about Jedediah's voice that manages to keep it interesting without over engaging in the action sequences and letting Kong and Godzilla continue to dominate Monarch, as they should, even though the humans feel like that's the reason why we're watching Monarch. The few fleeting moments we have with the Titans are important too. He also did remember the Titans. I'm glad that he remembered the Titans with Monarch.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
The Little Thing, Indiana Jones, the Family, Mary, Monarch, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
I mean, there were some fun moments in that, audio description wise. Plenty of things to do. I think I was the only person who kind of liked that film. I liked it a lot because of MODOK. I was like, oh my god, we put MODOK into a movie? Into a live action movie? I'm not sure I would have cast who they cast. It's MODOK, but okay. That's a choice.
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm assuming it's just the first one. So, because it just says Fantastic Beasts, it didn't even finish out the title. So we're just gonna say it's the first one. Have I seen this with? I think I've seen this with audio description because I think I saw 1 and 2 again before watching 3. So I like the first one more than the sequels. So we kind of just stopped making Fantastic Beasts movies.
Kingdom Planet of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Toggle button, not pressed. Tabs open, 1 button. Toggle, search for, toggle, top tabs, men, reload, private translate, share this forward.
I did see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes in theaters.
Reload, menu, tabs open, Jedediah, toggle, search, skip, audio, talent, top, net, pocket, credit, about, FA.
What happened to this page?
Search, social, talent, contact, Jedediah, Coda, Grey Hut, from the Gamora, remember, SAS, Knives, Made, Pirate, the Curve, the Little, India, the Fam, Mary, Mon, and Fant, Kingdom, Shazam, the Back, the Flag, Doctor Strange.
Please hold.
The Flag, the Batman, Shazam, Kingdom Planet of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I got to see in theaters with this audio description, and it sort of worked. It kind of worked for me at the time. So yeah, I remember this. And then it came to Disney Plus Hulu, which did not have audio description. So I still need to see this movie again when I find the audio description track for it once more. I love these Planet of the Apes movies.
Shazam.
He did Shazam, which is great. I enjoyed Shazam. It's one of the few things, I'm honest, I liked Zachary Levi as Shazam. Do I like a lot about Zachary Levi otherwise? No. I think he's done some really terrible movies, but I thought he was a really interesting Shazam. So,
The Batman.
The Batman has excellent audio description, just one of the best. I love this movie. It's got great audio description. It's got great everything. I hope he gets to do the Batman too, so that way when people are watching the films back to back, that we keep that sort of connected together.
The Flash.
The Flash, another DC product. This had a lot of crazy stuff. What I remember about this film were the cameos and the fact that you had all of the different people cameoing throughout the film, like surprising us and showing up throughout the Flash's multiverse of madness. we're we're never gonna see him again. It's okay. But yeah, moving on.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. I'm assuming this is the first one. So that would mean hopefully he also did Multiverse of Madness.
Elvis.
Elvis. This was interesting because it's a lot of performing stuff, so there are a lot of song moments, but there's a lot of flashy stuff brought into Baz Luhrmann's projects, and that's kind of what I remember about the Elvis track, was bringing out Baz Luhrmann's style, being able to do that appropriately.
No Time to Die.
He's got No Time to Die, the last James Bond movie. That was excellent. A lot of big action sequences in that.
Stop Making Sense.
Stop Making Sense. That's on HBO. That's the I know who I didn't see it, but I know what it is. I'm just gonna move on.
3,000 Years of Longing.
3,000 Years of Longing is Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton, and it's the film that George Miller directed while waiting for somebody to approve Furiosa. That's the best way I can describe that. Idris is a genie. It's got plenty of fantasy elements in it to describe. So I positively remember that track. Silo, I fucking love Silo. I'm so glad that he's on Silo. I'm so glad. This gives me validation, because sometimes with Jedediah, Darren Polish can sometimes sound like him depending on the mix, the track, whatever. So I wasn't 100% sure which one was on Silo.
Beastie Boys Story.
The Beastie Boys Story, I don't know what that is, but there's a Beastie Boys story out there and it needs to be told.
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos, I love this. Hopefully he's doing season 2, which should be coming out pretty soon. It's been long enough. Like, where's the second season to that? Alien Romulus. Bonus X-Ray edition specifically. Not just Alien Romulus, but the bonus X-Ray edition. So the description for Alien Romulus in general is excellent. Just the right amount of thrills and description of some bloody violent sequences and gore and some crazy creatures, and the floating acid, that was crazy. Anyway. The Abyss. I've seen this. I went back through and added, and I do have The Abyss with audio description. So I've seen this once with it. I don't remember the audio description for it, but I think James Cameron's Abyss is underrated. I think it is. It's hard to rank his films anyway, because he's got a whole bunch of bangers in there. But
Visible, out on television.
Visible, out on television. That's the docu-series. It's not a documentary. It's a docu-series, I believe. Cherry. I didn't really care for this movie too much. Tom Holland did this for Apple. It's on Apple if you want to see it. It didn't do anything for me.
Horizon, an American Saga Chapter 1.
Horizon, American Saga Chapter 1 has excellent audio description to it as well. There's a massive cast out on the frontier to try to describe everything with. Plus, I think it messed around with indigenous languages. You also had to translate that. And I kind of remember that being a really good track. So Queer is excellent. This was one of my favorite tracks of the year that it came out. I think we, in our Blind Film Critics Society, had this in our top 5 for best. I think we nominated this for best drama. So best audio description for a drama. Very descriptive, and I'm glad that it didn't hold back. So The Boogeyman. Is this the... Which one is this? So that's the question I have. Is this the Chris Messina one, or is this the one with Barry Watson? Neither of them are good. This audio description is probably fine, but neither Boogeyman film was actually good. Greyhound's on here again.
Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire.
Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, because of course he's doing Monarch, so it would make sense to give him the films as well. These have excellent audio description to it. That's the most recent one. There's the stuff that I like with the little girl who unfortunately passed away. adds a lot. Her scenes with Kong are in, I think that's Godzilla versus Kong, that are really well done.
Rocky 3.
He's done Rocky 3. Hopefully he's done all the Rockies, but he specifically has done Rocky 3.
Alien, Romulus.
There's Alien Romulus.
Roar.
Roar? Yeah, that was the Apple series. It was like an anthology series. I know Nicole Kidman did an episode of that. That was okay.
Aliens.
Aliens. So he's got 2 Alien movies on here. Aliens is fantastic.
My Adventures with Superman.
My Adventures with Superman, the Adult Swim Cartoon Network show that also airs on HBO Max with audio description. I didn't keep watching it. I watched like the first season. It wasn't funny enough for me, and it wasn't interesting enough. Like, I'm sure for some people it was their bag. It was not my bag.
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2, I love this movie. I'm glad that that's Jedediah as well. I've seen Deadpool 2 a couple of times. I've probably been able to appreciate this audio description. There's that whole jumping out of the plane sequence, which is hilariously done and would not make any sense without audio description. So, because there are so many things that happen, and I'm glad that we got audio description for it.
Alice, Darling.
Alice, Darling is an Anna Kendrick movie that I barely remember.
Extrapolations.
Extrapolations was an Apple limited series, much like Roar, that I barely remember, but it had an extraordinary cast to it, though.
Shining Girls.
Shining Girls was really good. This was Elizabeth Moss, right? And someone else. I want to say like Taron Egerton or somebody. Jamie Bell? Is it Elizabeth Moss and Jamie Bell? Ooh, I don't know. And she's being tracked by a killer. This is a very good Apple limited series that kind of fell under the radar. So if you are still looking for things to watch on Apple, Jedediah's description on here is fantastic.
Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl. I don't like this movie. I can't recommend it. So sorry. This is more. If you want to watch Jedediah's work on Artemis Fowl, fine. But
The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray.
Last Days of Ptolemy Gray was great. Samuel L. Jackson led series. I could get into another thing about authentic casting, considering that's like a nearly entirely predominantly Black cast, and perhaps that was a missed opportunity in terms of casting. Not. I can celebrate Jedediah at the same time and go, should that have been him? Perhaps not, but it was, and he did a good job at it. Blitz, the Apple war movie with Saoirse Ronan and the kid, and they're trying to find each other in the middle of the war. That was okay. I've seen it twice. It's got great sound design to it. I don't remember the audio description too much. I just kind of Blitz just kind of was meh. So I'm not gonna try to pretend that I remember something I don't remember.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, bonus X-ray edition. Again, more excellent audio description.
Alien, Romulus, bonus X-ray edition.
There's Alien Romulus again.
Rocky 2.
Rocky 2, good, he's got another Rocky film on here.
Dear Edward.
Dear Edward, I really liked that series. I was hoping that they would take it on for another season. I don't know why they didn't. I'm upset. Had a great cast. It had potential to be like the next This Is Us, but sort of like for Apple. I think the ratings just weren't there, and Apple just was disappointed with it, but they should have stuck with it. Joker! This has excellent audio description, of course, so I'm sure a whole bunch of people have seen it. Listen to all these titles that you've probably seen if you're in the blind and low vision community, and you're like, this is all the same guy? It's all the same guy. This isn't even all his credits. People have to self-submit. Somebody has to submit these credits to the admin. They don't automatically populate. It's not nearly like IMDb. So he has more credits out there that just haven't made it to the list yet.
Lessons in Chemistry.
Lessons in Chemistry, Brie Larson's limited series on Apple. I thought that was really well described, especially the stuff having to do with some of the twists and turns along the way in that series that I don't want to reveal because I want you to watch Lessons in Chemistry.
3,000 Years of Longing.
3,000 Years of Longing is on here again. Is this X-Ray?
Acapulco.
No, it's not. Okay. Acapulco. I couldn't get into this series. I'm sorry. Sunny. I think this is Rashida Jones's limited series that was on Apple that they didn't pick up for a second season, which they should have. It's funny that everybody's getting into like now they're getting into the sci-fi shows of Apple. Maybe Sunny just came out at the wrong time. I feel like if Sunny came out now, following some of the hits that they've had, that Sunny would have done better. But Kin, I have heard of this. I haven't seen it. The Continental. That was the limited series from the John Wick universe that was on Peacock. I didn't love the series. I do remember it having good audio description, but I don't remember it having, nearly the kind of stuff that the John Wick films. It's a much greater feat to describe a John Wick film than it is to describe the Continental.
Werewolves.
In terms of like what you're actually getting to describe and the complicated action sequences. Werewolves, I passed on that. I just didn't want to see it.
Rocky 4.
Rocky 4, we got another Rocky movie here.
Transformers.
Robots in Disguise. The first one, the not the animated, but just regular Transformers with Shia LaBeouf. That has excellent audio description. I remember I did do all the Transformers movies with Transformers 1 and went through all of them. So they have good audio description, and there's a lot happening in them too as well that has to be brought out with audio description, and they're very loud. So on top of it, Smile. Oh yeah, this one. This is one where people would get divided because you have to describe the smile and you have to the jump scares and the gore and everything like that. The thing about blind people in horror movies is that sometimes we get the description right before a jump scare or right after a jump scare because everybody feels the need to accompany a jump scare now with a loud noise. So we can never get it on time. It's very rare. It's very rare that you ever get anything on time anymore. Dark Matter. This should be coming out with the second season, so hopefully he's doing second season Dark Matter. Wrath of Man. This is a Liam Neeson movie or a Jason Statham movie? Liam Neeson. Jason Statham. It's one of the two. It's a man with a very particular set of skills. Obviously made a huge impact on my life. The Beekeeper is a Jason Statham movie, and that has some really great action sequences narrated in it. I do remember that. There's the one when he walks into the barn and there's so many different like things and equipment that he could use, and it kind of like surveys and hits all of the possible equipment for him to use in that fight sequence. Gutsy. I don't know what this is. The Iron Claw. That's the wrestling movie with Zac Efron. Wrestling drama, A24's. That was really well done. Dr. Oakley, Yukon Vet. I have no idea what that is. Rosemary's Baby. Of course, it's a classic. I'm glad he got his voice added onto a classic. Sometimes I wonder with films like that, because it predates audio description, if some of these narrators aren't like clamoring to get on to certain titles that they liked personally.
Maze Runner, The Death Cure.
Maze Runner, The Death Cure. Hopefully all of the Maze Runner movies, but we'll go with The Death Cure for now.
Borderlands, Bonus X-Ray Edition.
Borderlands, Bonus X-Ray Edition. Yep, one of the thankless jobs because most people don't like Borderlands, so I don't think many people are revisiting his work on Borderlands. Smokin' Aces. This is a underrated movie from back in the day. I wonder if I still like it today. I remember liking it back in the day. I don't think I've seen this in years though. I wonder if I should watch this again and see if it still works for me or if I've outgrown Smokin' Aces.
Transformers, The Last Night.
He did another Transformers movie, The Last Night.
The Crow, 2024.
He did the Crow reboot, which was terrible. I'm sorry, Jedediah. I can't endorse the bad movies. I know narrators get hired for everything, and it's great. I'm so happy, and everything is subjective in terms of whether or not somebody likes something, but I can't recommend The Crow. I find it really hard to recommend anything that Fakah Twigs is in, but whatever. So, but The Crow is not good.
Horizon, an American Saga Chapter 1.
There's Horizon again.
The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I rewatched all of these recently to celebrate the anniversary of the first one. And the third one is by far the worst. It's the one where they replace Rachel Weisz with Maria Bello, and the kid grows up, and it's very nonsensical. And I wish he had done the other two mummies. I wish those were on here too. It's hard for me to celebrate the third mummy film.
Problemista.
Problemista is that quirky A24 movie with Julio Torres. I liked it. I was a big fan of that when it came out, and I keep waiting for Julio to do something else. That I didn't love the TV series that much, but I want him to do another film like Problemista.
National Champions.
National Champions. I know what this is. I have not seen it.
Dear Edward.
Dear Edward's on here again.
Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire.
Godzilla x Kong's on here again.
Acapulco.
Acapulco.
The Problem with Jon Stewart.
The Problem with Jon Stewart. He did that. I wish Apple hadn't canceled that, but they did, and their loss. Comedy Central won. They got him back.
The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray.
Last Days of Ptolemy Gray is on here again.
Shining Girls.
Shining Girls.
Kite Man. Hell yeah.
Kite Man, Hell yeah. Which, oddly enough, does not have a second season coming officially. It hasn't also been canceled. It's just sort of sitting in limbo. Like, why are you sitting in limbo? Greenlight it for a second season. What about Kite Man, Hell yeah? It does not get a second season.
Alien Special Edition.
Alien Special Edition. So that would give him 3 Alien movies now. He's done Alien, Aliens, and Alien Romulus.
Problemista.
Problemist is here again.
Lessons in Chemistry.
Lessons in Chemistry.
Alien, Romulus. An Inconvenient Sequel.
There's an Inconvenient Sequel. That's a sequel that we maybe didn't need, but if you wanted to know, did we solve all of the problems in An Inconvenient Truth? Well, you can watch An Inconvenient Sequel. So they're like, there's a sequel to Food Inc. Documentary sequels don't always work it for me, but he did the audio description for it, and everything should have audio description.
Extrapolation.
Especially human audio description, which is why I'm bothering to do this.
Kite Man, Hell yeah, An American Pickle.
An American Pickle, which I know, I think this dropped around COVID, and I just didn't see it. Seth Rogen might be in this. I don't know.
Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, bonus X-rated, Wrath of Man. The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad. Not Suicide Squad, but The Suicide Squad. This is the one where we got John Cena's Peacemaker out of it. Yeah, I mean, I actually like both of them. I didn't have that big of a problem with the first Suicide Squad. I mean, it's not a great movie. Jared Leto is terrible in it, but the second one is perhaps a little bit better. So
Make Mine Music.
Make Mine Music, the old Disney movie. That's cool. He got drafted to do some of the old Disney animation.
Out of Darkness.
Out of Darkness.
Side Quest.
No idea what that is. Side Quest, the spinoff for Mythic Quest on Apple Plus. Did he do Mythic Quest also?
The Return.
The Return. I'm gonna assume that this is the last one that we had, which was Ray Fiennes. It's sort of like the Odyssey. It is the Odyssey. It's just not as grand in scope as Christopher Nolan's Odyssey.
Saint Maud.
Saint Maud. That was a horror film. I kept meaning to see that and then just never did.
Aliens Special Edition.
Alien Special Edition.
Death Wish.
Death Wish. Now, is this the original or is this the Bruce Willis remake? I'm going to guess it's the Bruce Willis remake. Just because of time and where it lands. I don't think we've gone back to describe all the old Death Wish movies. So that would be my guess, is this is the remake.
XXX, Return of Xander
Triple X, Return of Xander Cage. I don't think I've seen this with audio description. I like the movie though.
The Mule.
The Mule, Clint Eastwood's drama that I think most people have forgotten about. But if you're a big fan of Clint Eastwood, maybe you haven't.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, Justice is Gray, and Maine.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, Justice is Gray. I don't know why that second part matters. Did he not do all of that? Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyder cut?
Footer menu, navigation, podcast series.
So that's it. Those are the massive credit lists. That's just what's on there. So wouldn't it have been great if Jedediah Barton had had the opportunity to do human audio description narration for, I don't know, something like X-Men 97 Season 2? I think it would have. Anyway, join me again next week when I explore another audio description talent. I don't know who, but we're gonna bounce around some audio description credits and I'm gonna start with narrators, and maybe we'll work our way into writers and engineers and stuff like that. But if you've seen all those films with audio description or any of them, and you've appreciated the audio description. I know his credits go deeper than that. He's done way more films than that, but that's just what's been submitted. And you can also look this stuff up yourself or use the search option on the ADNA.org. In the meantime, that is it. Leave me questions or comments about if you want me to do more the next time or what you think I should do as these videos evolve, but I want to continue to celebrate audio description and their talent. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the other side.